Hey, everybody. Some of you are at work, some aren't. I am, Lauren is, and I need your help on this one. So pick up the phone, 591-8900. It is about this New Jersey mom. Have you heard about this? New Jersey mom, Elliot Kirschenbaum, was with her children on a plane, United Airlines. They're going to Dominican Republic, from the Dominican Republic to New Jersey. One of her daughter, one daughter, the baby, 3-year-old, has suffered cerebral palsy. A stroke. The child had a stroke in utero, during birth, and has cerebral palsy. So she was in mommy's lap because she has trouble sitting up. 2 or 3 flight attendants walked by, saw nothing, no problem. Then comes a third one who says that child should be in the seat, has to be in the seat per regulations. You have to buy it, you can't just take your child and sit him in your lap. At which point the mother, Lauren, the mother felt as if she was humiliated. I could just imagine this scene. You've got the baby, you're taking off, people are yelling at you. I've just got a 591-8900. I got a problem. I want to be for the mom, but I wonder if there are seats that are available, like a car seat or something. You know what I mean? That help the child. I don't know what to say. I just feel so bad about the whole thing.
Well, you have this whole thing post 9/11 where flight attendants are following all new rules and want to stick to all the rules. It's very different. And so you have the situation where there's a handbook that says if someone's older than 2, they need to purchase their own seat and they need to sit in that. In this case, she did purchase an economy seat for her daughter, knowing that she was going to have to put her daughter in her lap. She can't sit up. The other flight attendants...
She was flying in business class, and she buys a seat. She didn't buy the seat in business.
Right.
She bought an economy seat, which she wasn't going to put the daughter by herself.
Right. She knew she was going to put her on her lap. And so in this case, a number of the flight attendants walk by and they obviously know the situation. They're like, it's fine. This other flight attendant wanted to follow the rule book. It delayed the flight an hour. I mean, everybody's on the flight sitting and, upset that it's delayed, but wants to be compassionate towards, a mom whose daughter has cerebral palsy. And it's, I would have just let the flight take off if I was the flight attendant. I understand you want to follow rules, but...
Well, we want to hear what you have to say, 591-8900, specifically. Did I say specifically? What am I?
Specifically?
Running for alderman in the 11th Ward. Specifically, if you are, flight attendant, if you work in the airline industry. I'm looking at one of the statements. I think it's from the United Airlines. We would like to clarify certain facts in regard to our service to parents who fly with lap children. FAA regulation requires everyone over the age of 24 months to sit in his or her own seat for taxi, takeoff, and landing. There is no exception in the regulations or in the United Flight Attendant Manual that allows a lap child over the age of 2 under any circumstances.
Well, and part of this is safety in terms of, when you fall asleep, they want to make sure that you have your seatbelt on, and they want to make sure the child has a seatbelt on. And so in this case, she ended up lying belted in their laps for takeoff and landing. The mother has said, I'm not looking for a free flight for my daughter. I'm not looking to sue and hire a lawyer, as some has suggested. I just sort of want an apology from the airlines.
And I want to go with the mother again, 100%. But here's the problem. And again, she makes her statement, but if you're going to you should have bought the extra seat in business
class and have it right next to you.
By not doing that, you set it up that that you should have had a seat, but you're trying to get away with doing it a little cheaper and some kind of deal, and that creates problems for me as a reporter. But I want to be supportive of this woman because of the common sense thing. So I need your help.
It's a tough one. Let's take some calls and hear from the listeners here at 312-591-8900. Kathy, good morning. You're on 89 WLS. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you both. I am a nurse, and I work at a local children's hospital. There's a lot of problems with this. First of all, how did she get her to the airport? She wasn't sitting on her lap in the car. There are seats that have head supporters that will allow her to sit comfortably where she has a strap across her chest, her head and neck are supported, so if something happens, her head's not flopping around, her body's not moving back and forth. The mom was wrong, and she was just trying to save some money.
Do you think they can put those special seats on airplanes? Like, I know you have to check a stroller.
I see them
really?
every day.
So, Kathy, you're saying that by buying the seat in economy class and then flying in the business class, she was just basically playing a game?
I think she's just trying to save money. And, of course, we all feel sorry for people that have children that are handicapped. But the reality is it's for everyone's safety. And this is especially the little girl. And if she really wanted to keep her safe, in her lap is not the place to do it. I'm going to say again, how did she get her to the airport?
Thanks a lot, Kathy. It's
an
interesting call.
Yeah, very.
On the other hand, though, I know, but I don't want to be the one to tell the woman. Does that make me wrong?
Well, you put yourself in the shoes of the flight attendants. I mean, they didn't either. And then that one flight attendant took the heat for it, and it puts
She's
everybody...
like the meanest woman on earth now, right? According to some.
Tom, good morning. You're on 89 WLS. Welcome to the show, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, too, and to you also. I read this story last night, and there was one thing that you guys hadn't talked about yet, was that evidently there was another child of hers that was sitting next to her in business class, and, as a child with no problems, it would have been easy for that child to go back and sit in the economy class, and then the handicapped child could have sat there in that seat. I don't know if that came out or not. It does sound a lot like the woman was trying to play the system, and I feel sorry for her, too, but, common sense, John, and I think you hit it right on the head, and in this case, I don't think the airline really owes her an apology if all the facts that I've read have come out.
It is interesting how these stories come out, though, and United Airlines is immediately the terrible person or the group in there, and then you find out more details later. That's why you check it out.
We talk about the story.
Right.
Yeah, we like to talk about it. Thanks for the call. Thanks, Tom. It's difficult. I don't think it's easy being a flight attendant today. You go on so many of these flights, and there's so many different things going on with people now, and rules and regulations. And
I have a friend who's got cerebral palsy, and he's a brilliant kid. I mean, he's brilliant. And I know people like this who, their muscles aren't working because of the problem with the brain, but the brain itself is working in terms of the cognitive abilities. It is very difficult. I don't know what to say here. I'm glad people are calling in. Maybe they can say.
Hey, Kathleen, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you. I know you had made a comment that this rule went into effect after 9/11.
Oh, I didn't say that it went into effect after 9/11. I don't know that for sure. I just know that things changed on planes post 9/11.
Well, I can tell you that in 1985, I was flying with my two children from O'Hare to London to Heathrow, and I wasn't even allowed to board the plane without a ticket for my daughter. And I had not purchased the ticket because at that time the travel agency said, she can sit on your lap, so you save the airfare. Well, I was not going to be allowed, or she was not going to be allowed on the plane. I had no choice, but I had to buy the ticket right then and there at the airport, or we would not have been able to fly. So that was in 1985. So, and as for safety reasons, afterwards I realized, it is the best way when you're traveling for 7 hours, and it's very difficult to hold your child on your lap.
Tough.
So.
Thanks, Kathleen.
Thanks
for calling in. It's a tough one.
Well, people are calling in. They have their say. I think there's some very interesting points. We got texts. Here's one from 630. John, I work in the tool crib at United Airlines and never saw a special seat. After the merger with UA and company, the biggest thing now is safety, safety, safety. And then
I've never seen a special seat either.
No, and then from 773, another text, if I had a seat in business, I would have volunteered to sit in economy so both children could sit with their mom. Yeah, it's like, see, there's no special perfect case anywhere, right?
Mm-hmm. No. Hey, Jennifer, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hi. Yeah, I just had a response about, I agree with the mom on what she did, and I think it's just, common courtesy to accommodate for the mother to be with the child and so forth. But these people that are saying she should have bought business class and all that, do people know how much it costs to sit in business class? It's very expensive.
I don't
You're
see.
talking someone with a disabled child on top of that. I'm sure they can't afford that.
We sit and coach in the Cass family because we're not rich people. We don't even fly. Right?
Thanks.
It takes too much to drive the car.
Thanks for the calls. Coming up, do pet surgeries go too far? Wait to hear what they did to help a goldfish.